And we are live. I think we're live.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
You think?
Yep.
I didn't get a notification, but I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready to go?
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
All right. Welcome to episode 115. This episode 2OC we talk about The Batman Gets Its The Cast, back-to-back Disney properties, and Anton journeys down El Camino. I'm Al Flores.
And I'm Anton Duval.
Anton, how's your week been?
I don't know. It's such a blur. Everything
Come on.
passed by so fast.
You-
But I think I was just mainly just still learning. I mean, I'm still reading
reading?
some of the books since last week, so I've been catching up on that. Yeah,
I
I've
was
been
saying,
watching a
like,
lot of videos too.
ew. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I do think I'll do the same thing though. I judge, but I'll probably end up doing the same thing.
Sorry, I don't know why my
Um,
phone's on.
how
Hey, it
dare
says
it?
we're live.
Oh, okay. So it
Mm-hmm.
did go. So I went to LA Comic Con on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, nothing official. Just me and my girlfriend. I wanted to take her to her first comic book convention,
Mm-hmm.
and she loved it. It was
Wow.
yeah. She said it wasn't what she was expecting,
Mm-hmm.
but it was fun. It was so she's like she was kind of like I think once she like learned the layout
Mm-hmm.
and what to kind of like what to expect or whatever, she kind of
Mm-hmm.
started like hunting for things and started like actually like exploring a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was good. It was a nice little thing. Didn't really get to stop to see any of the panels. Around the time that I was there, there wasn't anything really that interested me.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's
yeah,
just
just a
mainly
lot
the
of
floor.
yeah, just a show floor. And
Mm-hmm.
again, LA Comic Con is a little bit different than San Diego Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
LA Comic Con, they don't do panels in different conference rooms. They just do all the panels right there on the show floor.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole LA Comic Con attendees can stop and see who's on the panel at any time.
So all the actions in one room.
Yep, one big room.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I told my girlfriend, so what do you think? She's like it was fun, but it was just so big. I'm like, yep. Just a fair warning, San Diego Comic Con is probably twice the size of the show floor,
Mm-hmm.
and it also includes like about 3 city blocks in either direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
She's
not
like,
to
holy,
mention, like, I mean, San Diego Comic Con downstairs is basically just the show floor, and
yep.
then above it on the second floor is like panels,
And
which
where the
makes it a
party's at.
lot bigger. Yep, where the
Yep.
party's at. So,
Um,
did you guys get anything to eat afterwards? Because I know usually whenever I'm up in LA at a convention or something, I gotta hit some of the spots up there.
yeah, and that's the thing. I think you know my feeling about LA. I
Yeah.
really don't like to travel to LA. If somebody goes, let's go to blah blah blah, I'm like, LA, no.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one thing that I think it was last time we went to LA Comic Con. We tried.
Mm-hmm.
That was Trejo's Tacos.
Oh
Danny
yeah.
Trejo,
Mm-hmm.
the actor.
Did they have anything
Um,
like that this time around? Because I know sometimes they do something that is comic themed or some type of themed.
this time no, but
Mm-hmm.
you mean at the convention or
Outside of the
separate?
convention or inside. Well, they had Trejo's tacos last year, so yeah, I was just
Um,
wondering if they had something this year.
yeah, they had a few food trucks, but yeah, we didn't go that way because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
we're,
It gets
we're probably
crowded
gonna
because the
pay.
line is probably chaotic.
It's crowded, chaotic, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's probably like $20 for like a burger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So no, we're like, I told her, I'm like, no, like if you can hold on, I'll take you somewhere. Yeah, I went to Trejo's Tacos, which we tried last year with that you, me, and my brother and Josias went to LA Comic Con.
I didn't
Um,
go.
oh, you didn't go? Oh no, my friend Juliet. My friend
Mm-hmm.
Juliet went. Um, yeah, we went to Trios Tacos. We tried it out, and I've been meaning to take her there,
Mm-hmm.
but again, it's great food, but I don't think it's worth the traffic and the pain in the ass that it
Mm-hmm.
is to get to LA.
Mm-hmm.
But once we were down there, I was like, you know what, we're here, might as well. So it was like a nice 15-minute drive from the convention center.
Mm-hmm.
She loved it. It was like it was authentic Mexican food, a little bit more modernized, but the flavors were bold and like it hits the spot. It's worth the not the trip, but it's
Hmm.
worth the money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gourmet tacos, right?
Yeah, but it's filling though, and it's not overly.
Is
Uh,
it the classic El Carbon size, or is it the big tacos?
no, no, it's the small tortilla, the
So
four
yeah,
inch
okay,
tortillas.
okay.
Um, yeah, but the thing is, they overload it. It's a little bit the meat is chopped a little bit more bigger than taqueria would,
Hmm.
but it's fresh. It's not as dried out, and I think that's why they probably don't
Hmm.
chop it as small because the meat will retain its moisture
Hmm.
better. Um,
What was your favorite taco that you had there?
so I actually got a bowl,
Hmm.
but it was a carne asada bowl,
Hmm.
and that one was delicious. I think my girlfriend she got the carne asada and chicken. I want to say off the top of my head. Um, but yeah, it comes with the traditional, like just the red rice,
Hmm.
but with black beans, sour cream, pico de gallo, and also he throws in some corn, and it's like it's not
Like grilled
corn
corn?
from. No, it's well, it might be, but it's not like corn from a can though. You can tell right away. Like if you look at the kernels, you can tell somebody just like cooked it on the cob and just kind of like sliced it off
Hmm.
because some of the kernels still stick together. But yeah, it just the corn was still, uh, uh, crisp. It popped in your mouth. It was super sweet. Again, I'm not usually a corn fan because I think it's more of the canned corn taste that I don't like.
Hmm.
But this, dude, it was so good, and
It tastes
I
like it's
loved every
from the
single bite.
cob,
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So yeah, I mean, if you're in LA, Trejo's Tacos. I
Very
want to
cool.
check out his donut shop though, but I that one I think he only opens up from 5 in the morning until they sell out,
Hmm.
and they sell out really quickly. So
Oh
it's
wow.
probably first thing in the morning kind of stop.
Hmm.
All right, Don. So any new updates? Or we're ready to get on to news.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in news, so let's get to it.
Yes. All right. News time. Let's do
News
this. Oh, I stole your line.
time.
All right, Don. Let's start with the Batman news. It
The
looks like
Batman.
the Batman.
Hmm.
I'm Batman. It looks like they finally casted their Catwoman. I know they've been looking for a more ethnic Catwoman. Sorry, I said
Hmm.
Batwoman. Catwoman. And they settled on. They picked Zoe Kravitz to co-star alongside Robert Pattinson, who's playing Batman. This one I barely got this detail not too long ago,
Hmm.
but it was narrowed down from three other actresses: Ana de Armas, Ella Balinska, and Isa Gonzalez.
I think Zoe Kravitz is a pretty good choice because I really enjoyed her performance in Fantastic Beasts,
Hmm.
um, and Where to Find Them. I was like waiting for the second part. Yeah, but I really enjoyed her as Lita Lestrange. Like, I really bought her character, who was was in love with Newt, the main
Hmm.
character, and even my wife Julie, she's like, "Oh, I really like Zoe. Like, she's really good in this movie." Like, she's like, "I'm really excited to see what else is going to be coming out with her in it." And I guess Big Little Lies,
Yes.
yeah, on HBO, she was casted in there, and it seems like again she. I don't. I think it's probably her agent that's getting her all these really good roles.
Well, it's not just that, but like I think when I first heard of Zoe Kravitz, or really she really fell on my radar was X-Men First Class.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out she was Lenny Kravitz's daughter, I was like, "Oh, great! Just
Mm-hmm.
she's just the child of a famous person
Yeah.
who got
Mm-hmm.
paid their way into got an agent and stuff like that." But she's a really good actress,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that they grabbed her for this role. I think she'll bring a little personality to that role. So I'm kind of curious to see how it comes out.
Yeah, and I think she probably got a lot of experience from learning from her mom, and
Hmm.
also her mom's current husband. which
Oh.
is so her mom is Lisa Monet,
Hmm.
and also her stepdad is
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Jason Momoa.
Hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about that detail. You're right.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some other bit of news too. That
Hmm.
some of this stuff I don't think should get as much attention as it did.
Hmm.
But I guess Michelle Pfeiffer was on Good Morning America,
Yeah.
and they asked her like, "Oh, what advice do you give to Zoe Kravitz?" Because I don't know if they just told her that she got casted or what, but um, Michelle Pfeiffer said, "Oh, make sure that they incorporate or they think about how you would go to the bathroom in your costume when they're designing your costume."
That's true because
Which
it's
I'm like,
basically like that crazy latex.
yeah, but that
Yeah.
seems to be like the go-to advice now. I think
Hmm.
that's the advice that like Andrew Garfield gave Tom Holland or something. No, no, Elijah Wood gave Tom Holland, not Elijah Wood, Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire gave
Yeah.
Elijah Tom Holland stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
it's pretty basic information.
Hmm.
I think at this point it's just become a joke.
Yeah.
Um, so more bit of news here for the Batman.
Hmm.
Jonah Hill was in talks to become a villain. I think we talked about it last episode.
Hmm.
But over the weekend, the news broke that the negotiations fell apart.
Yeah.
Um,
Because
so
they
Jonah
either
Hill,
wanted him for the Riddler or Commissioner Gordon, but he really wanted to play the Riddler, and I guess it didn't work out because I don't
money.
know. But it looks like we do have another person that will be taking that place, and it looks like Paul Dano. Have you ever
Yeah.
seen Paul Dano's work?
No, I was actually about to pull him up right now while while you were talking.
He was in Little Miss Sunshine, and also he was in There Will Be Blood. There's a couple other movies too that I've seen him in the past. I remember there was a movie where he was a serial killer. Like he played the younger version, and then the older version is the one that is doing all the killing. But
Love and Mercy.
I can't remember exactly. But I remember seeing it in the movie theater.
Okay.
But Paul Dano is a pretty good actor. He's not getting a lot of roles because he doesn't have the look of the good looks, I guess. But I mean, that's pretty much why a lot of people get casted.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But he has that because all the pictures I've seen of Paul Dano, he
Hmm.
has that very um proper look. Both his face is very like not serious, but kind of like conservative look. And he's always dressed up in all the pictures that I've been seeing him in. So
Yeah.
he has that at least the Riddler presence.
Hmm.
So I
He,
think he pulls this
I think
off.
he looks like a live version of Chucky.
Sadly accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before the scars, yeah.
Hmm.
But I mean, the cast is finally coming together. It sucks that Jonah Hill's not going to be in it because I think
Hmm.
Jonah Hill's finally been shining lately with his acting skills.
Hmm.
He's no longer just being the fat funny guy. He's actually like acting.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the last we'll hear of Jonah Hill for the Batman, but for now, he walked away from negotiations.
Yeah. I'd like to see him play Clayface or any of those other villains that we haven't seen in Batman yet.
Maybe that's why he walked away because everybody thought he was going to play the Penguin.
Yeah.
I'm not fat anymore, guys.
I can
uh,
hear Seth Rogen telling him that, and then starts laughing in the background.
sure. All right. Let's move on to the MCU, Anton.
All right.
Kid Harrington is apparently joining the MCU. He revealed this when he says he's both excited and terrified to join the MCU. I believe he's joining as the Black Knight. I'm just make sure I got that character right.
We didn't talk about that.
There was rumors that he was no, there was rumors that he was going to talk. He might be joining, but now it's been confirmed that he is joining, or he revealed that he is joining.
I thought they revealed that at Comic Con.
Did they? Oh, they did. You're right.
Yeah, a little late
Totally
on
forgot
that.
about it was trending,
Yeah.
and I reported. Anyways,
I think it's trending because
what else?
there might be
Oh,
a
Kevin
picture or
Feige
something.
ends up. There might be a what?
I think there might be a picture or something. That's probably why it's trending. Yeah, because
Not
when they announced
yet.
him,
Maybe it's just his reaction that started trending.
yeah, because when they announced him and also Gemma Chan, they both didn't show up at Comic Con. It was just a cast that they already casted already.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe
Yeah.
they're getting first impressions now.
Mm-hmm.
So the other bit of MCU news that we got was Kevin Feige. He got a little bit of a promotion. He is now the chief creative officer for Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Sounds legit.
I mean, I mean to be fair, when you think of Marvel, Kevin Feige's your guy. Except for if you're thinking comic books, it's different. But now he is the chief creative officer for both the publishing, the film division, the TV division, and also animation. So if it has Marvel's logo on it, Kevin Feige's the one that helped green light that story.
CCO. Fancy.
Susu,
Susu.
Susu.
Yep.
Yeah. So congrats to the Fi Dog.
Mm-hmm. Congrats. Yeah, I'm just
All right.
excited to see what he's gonna put on the table. I mean, now that he's able to do anything that he wants to do, I mean that's a lot of power to have.
Well, one thing I posted on social media when this story came out was it's either going to be great for storylines. It gives them more control over the overarching stories. Kind of what we've seen with the Netflix series and the MCU, or even Agents of Shield. The stories, even though they're separate, independent from each other, they still kind of reference each other, so you know they're in the same universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Makes me wonder what kind of connections he's gonna be able to make with this type of power.
Mm-hmm.
On the flip side, him being spread too thin might hinder his ability to really craft a world of his own.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So, yeah, curious to see what he does. Who knows? Maybe it'll be something as simple as just incorporating a comic book, uh, the reference in a show. Who knows? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, so we got a trailer that came out. I think it was 2 days ago, called Bombshell.
Yeah. So this is the make sure Megan Kelly
Mm-hmm.
inspired movie
Mm-hmm.
played by who's gonna be played by Charlize Theron. And dude, there was somebody on our social media that said she looks nothing like her, but she nailed it.
I
Let's be
think
honest.
I think you got the wrong picture to
Compare.
compare. It's this picture right here that you should have put on there
I was trying.
instead.
I was trying to get the pose right.
This one.
Let me see here.
That one looks exactly like Megan Kelly.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
has,
because on
especially with the short hair.
yeah, and I think they actually added some prosthetics on her face to make her look like a little more chiseled
Hmm.
under the cheekbones to have that Megan Kelly look.
Yeah, the resting bitch race. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, I mean, she does.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you feel about Megan Kelly,
Hmm.
she can go from super happy to just dogging you from across the room.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think so when I see the pictures, if I didn't know it was Charlize Theron, I would also
Hmm.
think it was Elizabeth Banks. I think it's the
Okay.
eyes and the hair.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
think so. I think it's also because she has that chiseled under the cheeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that facial
Hmm.
structure just in general. Yeah, you know what? Bombshell was not really on my radar, but after that trailer, I'm curious about it. I'm definitely might check it out.
I think it's such a good time to have that movie come out too because
Oh, going into the political year, yes.
yeah, I think so.
Especially since her Megyn Kelly she was more known on the conservative side because she was on Fox News.
Hmm.
But I mean, really unexpectedly, she moved over to, I believe, NBC,
Hmm.
um, which that was a short-lived career because I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, she got fired because she questioned why blackface was wrong.
Yeah, no comment on
But
that.
yeah, because because she switched from two different, vastly different networks. She kind of hits on both um, the social side, socialist side,
Mm-hmm.
or liberal side. My bad, liberal side. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to play this one off.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to less political news. There's a Venom rumor, Anton. I'm kind of curious to see how you feel about this. So the franchise is heading towards an eventual confrontation with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. That was what director Ruben Fleischer has confirmed.
Yes, it is true, and they're also
And I think
bringing
there's a connection
Shriek,
problem.
the villain Shriek, into the mix too. So it's kind of interesting to see Carnage's love interest in the mix too.
Hmm.
And having Tom, it's kind of interesting because the first,
Well, he only has two movies left.
yeah, the first Venom movie took place in San Francisco. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
curious to how the whole mashup is going to happen. I mean, we got
Yeah.
East Coast Spider-Man in Queens. How's he going to make his way
Mhm.
to San Francisco? Or is it Eddie Brock going to New York to become a journalist?
Well, Eddie Brock finally choose his own accent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just a weird mixture, especially with like the big age difference between Eddie Brock and Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, they try to say it's eventually going there, but there's only two more movies left in Tom Holland's contract unless they plan to extend it.
Mm-hmm.
Which that might be a first in the Spider-Man world that the one Spider-Man got a contract extension instead of just
Yeah.
being rotated out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we'll find out more about it. But I mean, realistically, what within the next 2 years?
Yeah. And I think as long as they keep the movie involved
Marvel.
with Kevin Feige,
Yeah.
then I think it'll be fine because I guess Kevin Feige implemented a bunch of ideas without getting any credit because he didn't want any credit. He just wanted to give ideas into
The idea,
yeah.
the idea is important, and who gets credit for it?
Yeah. So hopefully he's
Yeah.
still involved in the second one, and yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get cut off?
I mean, it was a high-profile
Oh,
negotiation,
you
so
got cut
I
off.
mean, I think he was gonna take a special interest in this one.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got cut off a little bit, but we're
All
back.
right. Yep. Yeah. No, I'm starting to notice that right now too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. So moving on to here, some Matrix news. Like we have two parts here. So the first one is, Neil Patrick Harris has joined the Matrix 4 cast, but
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any information about what he's going to be doing in the movie. It's
Mm-hmm.
a secret role.
Yeah. So maybe Barney Stinson, getting his bro code going on in the Matrix.
Oh, the bro code is actually a code.
Yeah. It would be funny if they actually reference that in the movie.
um, Yeah, like because like the Matrix, I mean, it's either a bunch of flickering screens or some monitors or code. Yeah, they're just throwing a few "How I Met Your Mother" or at least Barney Stinson
Yeah.
quotes. Maybe a little bit of Harold and Kumar. Who knows?
Yeah, I can see him hosting SNL and promoting this movie, and he'd be
Yeah.
talking about the bro code in the Matrix. I think that would be a really funny sketch. You heard it
The
here
bro,
first.
yes, the
Yeah,
bro code
yeah,
SNL skit,
yeah,
or at least the monologue.
yeah.
All right, Anton. What's the other bit of little Matrix news we have here?
Okay, so it's not Matrix. Well, actually, we'll start with that first. It looks like they went to Jada Pinkett Smith, telling her to reprise her role as Niobe,
Hmm.
and it's rumored, but it sounds so official because it's coming from a bunch of good sources. So,
Hmm.
I mean, if she's in it, that means that they're fighting against something big because uh, the character Niobe, she was more of like the one of the leaders of the resistance, where she was controlling her own group of people that she was leading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you remember that scene where they had like a bunch of like high
The
end,
tanks, right?
yeah, the tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. So, I mean, if she's in it, that means that something big's gonna happen as a character. Um,
Yeah. So do you think this Matrix 4 is going to take place more in the Matrix itself, in the real world, or are they finally going to reveal that the what we thought was a real world is part of the Matrix?
Because I guess what they tried to do at the very end was they shut down the whole entire system, right? Because the
Yeah, but there.
robots were taking over, the computers were taking over.
So so part of I don't know how deeply we want to go down this Matrix rabbit hole here, uh, but there's a lot of fan speculation or fan theories that everything we saw in the Matrix movies was part of the Matrix. So
Hmm.
even the part where you thought it was the real world was still part of the Matrix code, just a different layer of it. Kind of a dream within a dream. And
Okay.
it's like an extra level for those that like are in the base level Matrix, the one that had that green tint to it. Once they became aware that it's a simulation, that they got freed and brought into the real world, but in reality, it's just another layer, and that's all we saw.
Yeah, I
And that's
think
what
it
they're
makes
saying. Like,
sense too because I mean there was that scene where you see Neo in the
and he
real
stops the
world.
droid,
Yeah, and he stops the droid.
the robot. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of like
Sentinel.
small
They're called
Sentinel,
Sentinels. Yeah.
Sentinel. Sorry,
Yeah.
wrong franchise.
Hmm.
Yeah, stuff like small stuff like that we never really understand. Um, I think even the city,
Hmm.
the last scene, that's supposed to
Hmm.
take place in the real world, right? Or is that in the Matrix?
In the Matrix.
Either way though,
Yeah, they
um,
were jacked in.
that's true.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I think that's there's a lot of it. If you really want to dive into it, YouTube it.
Yeah.
But get ready to get some Advil at hand though.
Okay. So, not exactly Matrix related, but a little bit. There was a cinematographer from the Matrix series. He's signed on to Marvel's Shang Chi movie, and the director of Shang Chi, his name is uh, Destin Daniel Cretton. He said in an interview recently that his movie is going to be very Matrixy.
Hmm.
So it's going to be
Because he knows
kind of.
kung fu.
I think so. I really think that's probably why he wanted this guy to be part of the cinematography team on this movie. Um, and I'm really excited to see something like that. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot of kung fu in this movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the fight scenes in the Matrix, and they're very static shots,
Hmm.
up close but static. There wasn't a lot of jittery and stuff like that.
Hmm.
They really want you to give a good look. So
Hmm.
that scene where they're in the Matrix in the dojo, where Neo's like learning how to fight and really understanding the Matrix,
I
it's
know kung fu.
yeah, that one. Uh, if you think of the punches, the hand movements, the scenes or the framing is very tight
Hmm.
on the hands, and you see the movement, but the camera doesn't really move a lot. So I think that's what they're trying to go for here.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
All right,
good
so
choice.
enough Matrix news. Let's go on to the next story, which is Star Wars.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Daisy Ridley talked about Star Wars 9. Was it The Rise of Skywalker?
Hmm.
Um, and and she says the movie will address the strange relationship that Rey and Kylo Ren have,
That they
which
were meant to be.
maybe I still think I still think they are the balance of the Force.
Hmm. The
Um,
yin and the yang.
yeah, like like if one switches over the other one, something like that.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think it's gonna be. I'm gonna throw my popcorn at the screen if it's a love story. Or they freaking Luke and Leia us again, and they're
Yeah.
siblings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, maybe that's what Lucas wanted.
oh, they had to Luke and Leia the audience again.
Yeah.
Dude, but they had force sex. Yeah,
So
that's
kinky. It's kind
every.
of like Avatar when they hooked up that tail, you know? I was like,
Oh, yeah,
"Oh. Oh. Oh. Oh." You know?
yeah. I know. I think they meant to.
I mean, they
So that
locked lightsabers in the last movie, so.
no, not even that. I'm talking about that telepathy thing they did,
Oh yeah, the
where
thing where they're touching
yeah,
their hands, yeah.
yeah, like they're each in their rooms in their beds, but they're like having a conversation, being very intimate. And I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, this is a new force power I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, this is getting kind of weird. Are they? Is this force sex? Like, is this?
She starts taking off her like, little robe thing.
Okay, moving on.
Wait, can you
Let's.
see this?
Can
Wait,
you
wait, wait, wait. She did see
mentally turn
him.
around?
She did see him.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So, moving on to lighter news.
a lot
Deadpool
lighter.
news. So one of the not one of the writers of Deadpool 3 confirmed, quote unquote, confirmed that Deadpool 3 will be rated R, which, I mean, I think Venom has proven that in the end, the studio has the final call.
Well, I think, all of the Deadpool movies already do well as rated R movies. So,
It's not even that they do well or not. It's more that they're under Disney's house now.
mhm,
And will
yeah.
Disney allow Deadpool to continue being rated R?
Mhm.
But yeah,
Well, I'm
there's
guessing Kevin has a lot of power now, so he can just say yes.
yes. Uh, I Feige bless you. Rated R.
Yeah,
Where do you
I
get the
want to
quote
see
at?
more, dude. I was really happy with the Wolverine movie, Logan.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
it's
really
true.
happy with that one.
But that was Fox though. That was before the Marvel merger.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Deadpool 2 was also before the
Yeah. Yeah.
Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Anyways,
Mhm.
uh, I think that there's a more bit of Deadpool news that you have.
I do.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah. So I thought you were gonna talk about it too.
I
Yeah.
I wanted to
Okay. Okay.
give you some
All right. All
ammunition.
right. All right.
You take a shot.
So since you're talking about Deadpool, we see a picture of Ryan Reynolds at Marvel Studios. It's on his Instagram, and it
Mhm.
seems like he had a little meeting with the studio, and we don't really know that what he was talking about. But I'm guessing it was probably because of that.
Yeah, you talking about the rated R.
Hmm.
Yeah, the other type of rumors I've been hearing too is that Reynolds was there to push to be part of the MCU. Um,
Mm.
Not sure how. I guess with Thor, I think like Taika
Waititi.
Thor, yeah, like well Taika Thor Deadpool threesome might work.
Yeah, maybe.
Like that level of humor. I don't know. I
Hmm.
mean, if Taika can make a movie about freaking Hitler and make it funny and entertaining for the whole family, I think he can incorporate Deadpool.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see how that turns out. I mean, yes, again, Disney owns everything now.
Hmm.
All right, next story is yours, Anton.
Okay, so all that aside, I'm kind of excited about this coming Monday. We are getting Jack Ryan season 2. It's finally starting back up again. We kind of got like a really big, um, I say cliffhanger. It wasn't like a crazy cliffhanger. It's just, oh my god, I want more because it was so good that first season.
Yeah, what the hell? We already have a second season?
Yeah.
Damn. Wait, didn't it come out? Oh, it came out last summer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's been a while. I just remember like summertime, but wow, yeah,
Hmm.
2018.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
they added a couple more episodes in this season, so that's why it took a little bit more time to get this season 2 starting.
yeah, that's awesome. And I think if I remember right, uh, as soon as Amazon's before the series even premiered, they were getting more test audiences and critics eyes on the pilot and the first couple episodes.
Hmm.
Amazon quickly locked down two more seasons with John Krasinski.
Hmm.
So we have at least another season after this one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides him being in this show, I want to see him in more movies. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, so all that aside, Studio Ghibli is finally letting people stream their movies. And I'm sorry about the people part. It's just one company, and that's HBO Now. Um, Kind of excited to see everything in one place because if you wanted the movie, you would have to buy it or pirate it somewhere online. Um, yeah, it's been a long time coming because I remember owning some VHSs of Kiki's Delivery Service. Um, and then my first DVD that I owned from Studio Ghibli was Spirited Away.
Well, keep talking. I'm gonna grab something.
Okay. Yeah, so those were some of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. And finally, we can actually watch it on streaming service. So that's a good thing.
Gotta remember. I mean, my. As soon as you remind me, I remembered I purchased something. This is more. This is my friend Juliet. She asked me to bring it.
Okay.
So
Kiki's Delivery Service. Whoa, that's cute.
it's yeah, it's a
It's made of yarn.
yeah, knitted crochet Kiki.
Oh, wow.
They did a really good job with it. Although I will say I'm a little bit suspicious of the saleswoman. Because I because I grabbed it, right, because my friend Juliet's like, oh, can you grab it for me, like that's it looks awesome, and she's
Yeah.
a fan of the movie.
Hmm.
And the woman's like, oh, good thing this is my last one. And then so I got it. There's like early convention.
Hmm.
Me and my girlfriend walked around. 3 hours later, we wanted to do one last pass down Artist Alley, and in
Hmm.
the exact same spot that Kiki was hanging, there's another Kiki. I'm
Oh,
all
that's
like,
my last one.
I told my girlfriend, my last one, my ass.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you have HBO now, but it's gonna be on there. And besides Studio Ghibli news, we got Lion King not being part of the Oscars, and I think that's a good thing because I think they want to respect the animators of other films because this is more of a live action is what John Favreau is comparing this to. He says this is not an animation movie and shouldn't be um, in that category.
But it is.
Motion capture.
No, it's. I mean, it still is like.
Yeah.
And I think this goes back to them trying to sell this as or promoting it as the Lion King live action.
Hmm.
Um, there is no live characters. It's all CGI. Unlike Aladdin that had real characters with CGI.
Watch. You say this now. When you watch the behind the scenes, there's a guy with a boom on one of the lions.
What the hell's Andy Serkis doing in this one? We don't know. We didn't hire him. He just showed up and put on the motion capture shoot.
He's there for everything. Yeah.
He's doing multiple characters. He goes from Caesar to that character he did in Black Panther.
Yeah. All right, dude. That's it for news. Let's get into the next segment. Gaming.
All right, gaming time.
Mm.
All right, Anton, let's knock out some bit of news here from
Hmm.
gaming news.
Okay.
Over the weekend, there was a bit of disruption in the gaming world. Sunday morning, players that are playing Fortnite got to witness the end of the world.
Yeah. So towards the end of this season, there was a little countdown, and it happened in the previous season too, but it wasn't this intense. Uh, People went crazy because I mean there wasn't really anything that was foreshadowing what's going to happen next. Uh,
No.
yeah, you can tell people what happened exactly in the video that we saw.
Yeah. So and you were right when we first talked about this when we were playing Overwatch. That's how
Hmm.
me and Anton compare notes and
Yeah.
catch each other up. We play Overwatch and have meetings that way. You're right. It was the end of season 10,
Hmm.
going into season 11. Uh, yeah. So the if people that are playing on Sunday morning, they saw a big, very huge comet, probably what a fifth the size of the entire map,
Hmm.
hit the map, and characters got floated off into space and witnessed the map collapse on itself and a black hole emerged.
Hmm.
And that's it. For 2 days, all players, if you logged in, all you saw was a black hole and the abyss.
And you can't even play the game.
No, no game types or modes available to play. You logged into arena, and that's all you saw. It's funny. A lot of hardcore gamers were just looking at the abyss for several hours straight, trying to get hints or Easter eggs about what might be coming next. Apparently, waste of time because
Yeah.
there's nothing there.
I think that's such a cool way to end the whole entire season or the first decade of the seasons.
Yeah, it's an expensive move, but it might
Hmm.
have paid off. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, it
Well, they
did
have a
pay
lot
off.
of money. Hmm.
Well, okay, so we talked about this. In 2018, they made billions of dollars. So that translates into several million per day.
Hmm.
So in just doing this for 2 days, they lost out on millions of revenue from players, both in-game purchase and subscribers. Um,
Okay, let me tell you what. I think they learned this from World of Warcraft because there were moments where I played the game in the past when uh when a dungeon's about to open, there's like a big gathering of people, and it's kind of cool because you get to see so many people all over like one server because I mean usually in the game it's a huge map.
mhm.
There's a lot of people in this world. I mean, you can walk from one end to the other end, and it'll take you like half a day to just walk all the way there.
Yeah.
And to see all of these people combined together into one little area where you look around, it's just super crowded. But you get to see the opening of like this dungeon. You could see like explosions. You could see like music, and it's very like a big ceremony.
Mhm.
So for them to do something like this is kind of like super epic. Hence
Well,
the name of their company.
epic. Yeah, I get what
Yeah.
you did there.
Hmm.
No, but it worked out both in the artistic
Hmm.
vision being portrayed here. Like, they were able to get the power to do this big reveal, and big climatic ending to what they call chapter one.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it cost them millions in lost revenue. But that also got them a crap load of media coverage,
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Twitter, newsstands, even freaking Lady Gaga got a couple of one-liners in the trending. Um, so I mean, it paid off. It was a good investment. And we were right. The reason this happened is because they were releasing new uh, skins, bigger map. They can included other functions like fishing, where you can fish for weapons.
There's
Uh, they
boats now.
they have boats now, which
Hmm.
uh, player unknown battlegrounds. I had that for months and years. Anyways, so yeah, but this all got revealed on Monday night or Monday morning, actually. Tuesday morning.
Hmm.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday morning got revealed. So players got back. There were some players that were upset though. I'm trying to remember the name of the game mode.
Hmm.
But there is I think it's a story mode. That only players that purchase it and I believe subscribe to it get access to this game mode. So it's not really one of the more popular ones. The more popular one is the arena, and that
Mm-hmm.
is where the majority of their money comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So people that have paid for this other game mode are upset because they paid money for this. They pay it's like buying a version of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's no real updates to that game mode.
Mm-hmm.
So they feel like they got screwed over on in this big update. Arena mode got all this attention from designers and gameplay. Meanwhile, this other game mode is like, all right, you guys can play again. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but overall, they're gonna make lots of money either way. There's so many people playing Fortnite. It's insane.
yeah.
But other than that, what else we got?
So there's more news here. Pokemon has a new game coming out in a couple weeks called Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that game is going to be kind of a mixture of the classic Pokemon games we know and
Pokemon
Pokemon
Stadium.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that too. Um, and this one it's a big open world. You can explore it, but there's also going to be raids in that game mode
Mm.
where you can go to and meet up with other players that happen to be on the same map and battle what are being called Gigantamax Pokemon,
So
which are
I'm kind of curious. Can we play together, or is
yeah,
it just really? That's
yeah,
cool.
it's
That's
gonna be
really
an
neat.
open world. Yeah. So yeah, these Pokemon are called Gigantamax Pokemon. They're pretty much giant versions of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I logged in to Twitter on uh actually it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday night. And one of the things trending was hashtag Fat Pikachu. And it's you can go to our social media both you go to our social media at the2OC on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Look at the picture. But people are excited because the Gigantamax version of Pikachu is a throwback to the old Pokemon card game
Mm-hmm.
where Pikachu was chubby.
Mm-hmm.
So people are excited about that. So I'm like that's cool, nice little
He
throwback.
doesn't have a neck. It's just straight down.
Yeah, he doesn't have a neck, and his arms they look like he can stretch. He can try as hard as he wants, but his hands will never touch each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, hashtag Fat Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
One little bit of gaming updates here, Anton. I don't know if you've tried this yet. I kind of wanted to talk to you about it, but I also
Mm-hmm.
wanted to surprise you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Surprise.
yeah, for reals. Activision released a mobile version of Call of Duty called Call of Duty Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't know what to expect when I downloaded it, but dude, I've been hooked on it. It is a mini version
Mm-hmm.
of the multiplayer Call of Duty we know and love. Same maps, limited weaponry, but still fun. The controllers are fairly easy to learn and get used to. I have been owning as a sniper on this one. It's very fun, dude. Have you tried it out yet?
No, and I'll tell you why. I
Russians.
I read online that a lot of people are playing the game on the computer,
Oh,
on like Android devices. They are using a keyboard and a mouse.
yeah. Which I
Yeah.
really haven't encountered. I mean, maybe because I'm still leveling up, but I
Mm-hmm.
haven't encountered any unreasonably skilled players.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so far I've been having fun, but eventually, yeah, I guess I'll reach that point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's my only drawback is the limited amount of weapons. You level up your weapons fairly quickly,
Mm-hmm. Just like
because
how you usually do it in the old days.
well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like in the
Mm-hmm.
old days, you leveled up, but it takes you a while.
Mm-hmm.
In this one,
Prestige
we
mode.
well, in this one to level up your weapon,
Mm-hmm.
you also get kind of like XP cards, or I forgot what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like little like XP rewards. And aside from just leveling it up by playing the game, you can also just allocate these cards to whatever gun you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't take that many to max it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have like 4 guns that I can easily just max out, and I still have a lot of XP cards to go.
Yeah, I like what you did there. I like how you in the show notes you put Call of Duty, but you didn't say which one.
Exactly. Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, But the new Call of Duty actually looks really cool because Infinity Ward is doing it.
Yes, and its price is back.
Yeah.
We're all a little crazy. um, yeah, dude, I'm excited for that one. The graphics look amazing.
Yeah, they look amazing every single time. So.
Oh yeah, they keep cracking it up. But in
Mhm.
this case, yeah, the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare, um, it looks like a movie.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be down to see a Call of Duty animated movie like this.
Mhm. All right, dude. That's it for gaming. Let's get into movies.
All right, let's go into movies. And I'm definitely not stalling. Definitely not doing that. I'm prepared. I'm a professional, Anton. How dare you accuse me?
I am
Uh,
drinking the same beer
oh
as
yeah.
last week. Key Billy again. And I didn't read this last time, but it says authentic, world-renowned key lime. Sorry, excuse me. Originally brewed at the True Key Billy or okay, I'm sorry, I
Okay.
can't read right now because the shadow's on this thing and it's like blending in with the can. And I'm not
I was
drunk. I barely drink this thing.
I was saying, well, like, dude, is it really big words or like why are you struggling right now? I am
Yeah,
drinking hibiscus
hibiscus.
refresher from Starbucks. Uh, all right, that's on. So, all right, so the box office numbers here as Monday, October 14th. I almost said December. Jesus, around the corner.
Yeah.
December 14th. Number one, no surprise here, Joker with 200 point, 201.9 million.
Hmm.
What's wrong with me, Anton? You're the one drinking alcohol. I'm not.
Yeah.
Number two, The Addams Family, with its opening weekend at 35 million. Da-da-da-da. There you go. Number three, Gemini Man with 23 million.
Such a
I
disappointment.
know. I was waiting for your reaction on that one. Number four, Abominable with 49.1 million. And number five, Downton Abbey, still holding on strong with 83.5 million. Uh, there's a bit of news, and I just remembered as I read the score, not the score, the box office. I think Abominable was banned in Japan, or no, Vietnam, and I want to look up why. So I think that's something we can't talk on the show, but we'll talk about it while we play Overwatch.
Really?
Yeah, it got banned in Vietnam. You could look that up. But yeah, Answer, you're right. Gemini Man, one of the big movies that I've been hoping came out good because it looks amazing. It's a great concept. Starring Will Smith battling his Fresh Prince self. Only came with 23.06 million. Um, Big flop. I'm sad. I wanted to see this. Now I'm kind of regretting it.
Gemini Man?
Did you come, Gemini Man? Yeah.
You can still see it in that HDR or whatever that thing is called.
Nah, I'm good.
No, actually, like, my cousin went to see it. He said, everything's cool. Daytime, kind of makes it look fake. Um, Other than
Yeah.
that, the action's really good, but the story's crap. But that's the only thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing, though. Regardless of what format you go see it in, you can't save it.
Like if you're
Um,
into video games, it's watchable.
yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Anton, did you look up the whole Vietnam thing?
Yes, I did. So it's basically the whole thing about who claims the South China Sea, and
Uh,
you can't really claim the sea or the ocean. It's international waters.
can't, you can't claim water, man. It belongs to people of the planet.
Yeah.
I don't know who I channeled there.
so so basically, uh, in one of the scenes, it has a picture of the China map, and then that area is like outlined, as in like they own that area.
Well, yeah, there's a certain amount of mileage that countries can claim territory of. I think in the United States before it's like 5 miles before it's considered international waters.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so I mean they can claim part of it, but I don't think you can claim the entire damn ocean or
Yeah,
the entire sea.
they tried to claim the whole entire thing. So I mean, okay, I don't know if you know
Okay,
about this, but they basically took a bunch of sand and went to one specific spot in that South China Sea, and they keep dumping it there until now it's an island. Is that crazy?
Wouldn't tidal forces just kind of keep eroding that sandbar?
I,
I
I
mean, you have to build some sort of structure to keep the sand in place. If not, the water current is just gonna
there's already
swoosh it away.
a reef in that area. Like the water's like
Uh,
shallow. So they keep bringing sand and then just keep dumping it in one specific area.
the Saigon Island.
Yeah. And now, dude, it's a whole entire airport. Like you see
Ah,
planes flying and landing onto this area.
if this wasn't such a minor part of our whole episode, I want to call our episode Vietnam Petty AF.
It's not Vietnam. It's China going there and just
Oh.
dumping
Oh,
it.
China did. Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
thought I was seeing Vietnam. Like,
No,
dang.
no, no, no. Vietnam has always been pushing China back. Like, hey, what are you doing down here?
Oh,
You know?
okay.
Yeah, but then
Uh,
even the Philippines too. Like they're not happy with that. So.
oh, well, yeah. Philippines is very protective about their beaches too.
Hmm.
Okay, so this goes back to the movie studios siding with China then.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, so looking at the scores here, Anton, I'm gonna go see Zombieland tomorrow.
Hmm.
My girlfriend let me choose between Maleficent and Zombieland. Uh,
Oh, you already know.
I already.
Zombieland. I would choose
Well,
Zombieland.
no, and thing is, like, I was willing to give it a chance,
Hmm.
because I mean, I wasn't interested in the first one,
I
but
liked it.
they clearly did something great because it had great reviews,
Hmm.
when it came out, and this one just looks badass. It looks very epic.
Hmm.
Michelle Pfeiffer, come on, man. But I'm glad I
Love
did.
Pfeiffer.
I'm glad I did because both movies have an audience score, in the mid 90s.
Hmm.
Zombieland has a 95% from the audiences, and Maleficent has a 94.
Hmm.
But Zombieland has a 71 from the critics, and Maleficent has a 43 from the critics. So,
Ooh.
right choice.
Wow.
I'll probably end up watching both, but I'm just saying though.
So other than movie theater news, we got El Camino that came out, which is a Breaking Bad movie that takes place right after the events of the season finale or the
It's literally
series
called,
finale.
it's literally called El Camino, a Breaking Bad story, a Breaking Bad movie.
Yeah. So we got Jesse Pinkman in the El Camino heading to uh, Albuquerque town.
Albuquerque town.
Yeah.
Small,
Albuquerque town.
small, unknown little rustic town, probably a ghost
Dude,
town by
it's pretty
now, known as
small. Looking
Albuquerque.
on the map, it's a very small city.
Yeah, only referenced by The Simpsons a couple times. Okay. Occasionally, Albuquerque. Corky.
Yeah.
Wait,
So so you got to see it, right? No.
I had the opportunity to. I
Okay.
have Netflix. I have every power to do so, but I have not seen it.
So you haven't seen it.
No.
Okay.
I kind of want to rewatch the last season, kind of refresh my memory where everything left off.
Oh, you can just as soon as you turn it on,
Oh, they did the recap?
yeah, they do the recap trailer before they
Uh,
even start the show
that's
or
good
the
because
movie. Yeah.
Netflix is really good about giving you the key points that you need to know. It's not just an overall
Dude, it's been
recap.
like almost like 6 or 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. Anyways, go on.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll tell you what. The movie's great. Very
Great
well
review.
written. I loved every single scene that was in there. Um, was it necessary?
No.
Not really. But dude, it's
Uh,
good. I really
okay.
enjoyed it.
Uh, does this take place right after the series finale?
Yeah, it takes it takes place right after the movie.
Uh,
I mean
do they
the
address
show.
do they address why Jesse has aged a couple years?
Oh yeah, dude.
Meth man.
Yeah.
um, I'm I have questions, but I feel I'd be treading or I'd be putting you in a spoiler position. I don't really want to go into it.
Uh-huh.
Um, but is there a lot of time jumping?
No, it's well, it jumps back to tell you the story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's filling
Um,
in the gaps, the unanswered questions that people have, like you, um, what you're asking me now. But it has to go back in order to tell the story that's currently happening, and when it gets to present day, it's ongoing. It doesn't jump all the way into the future. It's just ongoing. So it's an ongoing story.
okay. And
Hmm.
I think that's what I was concerned about because in the trailer, there seems to be a lot of back and forth scenes. Some scenes that look like they take place
Hmm.
within a couple hours of each other, and
Hmm.
there are other scenes that seem very out of place.
Hmm.
Either Jesse looks way younger or way older, but I was kind of concerned that this would just be a flashback movie, which
Hmm.
I'm not down for.
There are flashbacks, but it's not like
It's not new flashbacks.
it's not new flashbacks. It's like,
Hey,
yeah,
remember this?
yeah.
Remember
Actually, no,
remember when
it's not like that, but yeah.
I was like, remember that time that Jesse said, "What, bitch? What?"
I thought they were gonna put a lot of that in there, but surprisingly, it's a good amount, but it's not.
Did Aaron Paul feel that Jesse has matured in the last couple of hours
I think so.
since the ending and he stopped dropping the B word? I don't know why I'm censoring myself now.
After 5 or 6 years, I'm really happy that he still has that Jesse Pinkman vibe coming
Did he
back
ever
to it.
did he ever really let it go? I mean, that's kind of his character in BoJack Horseman.
He did let it go. I didn't really see Jesse Pinkman in
Oh,
The Path on Hulu. I
oh,
didn't.
that's true. Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
and then in Need
His
for
vitamin water
Speed,
commercials.
in Need for Speed, it felt like a better version of himself.
A
If you
mature
get what I
Jesse
mean.
Pinkman.
Yeah, a mature Jesse Pinkman.
Then again, Need for Speed, high quality movies.
I actually
Uh,
enjoyed it, dude. I kind of like that movie. Yeah.
Actually, I'm kind of so. One thing I'm just noticing right now is that
Mhm.
he is in the Tron Uprising TV series,
Hmm.
um, and that's going to be on Disney Plus. That is one of the things that Disney released. So
Yeah.
I might be getting more Aaron Paul in my life.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what would you give this movie?
I'd give it a good 4 out of 5.
Four?
Hmm.
All
It's
right.
good writing, dude. I mean, Vince Gilligan directing it too.
Have
Props.
you have you seen the episode of American Dad when they start watching Breaking Bad?
Oh no.
Uh, there's an episode where Steve and Roger are on a mission to watch Breaking Bad, and people are like, "Well, why? That show's been gone for years." And he goes, "No, no, no, no. We're gonna watch it in reverse, where it's a meth dealer that turns to a life of education. It's less depressing that way."
Wow.
And then they go down this adventure that apparently Vince Gilligan hid subliminal messages in his show for what he calls reversos, which is people that watch shows in reverse,
Uh-huh.
or enthusiasts that watch shows in reverse, to go on a scavenger hunt for his lost treasure.
That's crazy, dude.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm like, that's a big
It,
callback for Vince Gilligan there.
it would be really funny if he did.
Way to go, reversos.
Yeah.
All right, it's on. If people want to be enthusiasts about us, how can they do that?
They can do that by going to our website at www.the2oc.com and maybe buy some stickers, t-shirts, or maybe a hat. And if there was something that we talked about on the show or something that you posted on our Instagram, Twitter, or any of our social media, it gives us a little kickback when something is purchased on Amazon. And also, there's a banner on our website too.
Yeah, click on that banner, complete your purchase. We'll give us a
Hmm.
kickback at no extra cost to you. As Anton said, you can follow us on social media at the2OC on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also send us an email to mail at the2OC.com.
Hmm.
And don't forget to give us a 5-star review or thumbs up, whatever the rating system is on your podcatcher app. Preferably 5 stars on iTunes. That will give us the best visibility to potential new listeners.
Okay, this week is also brought to you by Audible. I just accidentally exited that. Today's
Why would
podcast is
you do
brought to
that?
you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/the2OC. There are over 180,000 titles to choose from, and you can use it on your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. So, I'm still stuck on this J.K. Rowling, aka Robert Galbraith, train ride. It is so good. I am so stuck on this book right now, and it is called Cuckoo's Calling. So I highly recommend that.
There's a series I want to recommend, but I can't remember. Oh, there's a series I kind of want to revisit,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so hooked on it. It's by Von Hepner.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Invasion Alaska. That's the first book, and it's this multi-book. I think it's like 5 books, 6 books, um, of a giant world war, and it's like
Mm.
takes place in the future. So it's like future tech, resources are scarce. The war starts between the United States and China over an oil rig in the middle of the sea.
So it's like Call of Duty Future Warfare.
Almost. And considering all the oil stuff that's going on lately and the whole China tension, shit got real. So I highly recommend that one. That's Von Hepner. First book is gonna be Invasion Alaska.
Oh, did I tell you what this series was about? The Cuckoo's Calling.
Refresh our memories.
Okay, so Cuckoo's Calling is a story about Cormoran Strike. He is a private investigator, detective. He is kind of run down. I don't want to spoil too much. He is on this case where this guy has a famous sister who is a model, and she recently passed away. The cops claim that there was no foul play and it was all suicide. But her brother does not believe that, so he hires Cormoran Strike to figure out who murdered her.
Mid.
So he goes on this road where everybody's telling him, even all the clues, even everything says that there is no foul play. So what's going to happen next? We don't know.
Mystery abound.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. One thing I will give credit to J.K. Rowling. She gives her main characters some badass names.
Yeah, Cormoran Strike.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What's the guy from Fantastic Beasts?
Newt Scamander.
Yeah. Almost like Nuke Commander.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
And
right,
then I think the girl that that committed suicide, her name is Luna Landry. Luna Landry.
so it's not land, it's Landry. Okay.
Landry.
Almost like Lunar Lander. Got it.
Yeah, when I was reading the book, I was reading Cameron Strike, and then listening to the audiobook, it's Cormoran Strike.
Yeah, you gotta switch it up a little bit, so you can't make it too obvious.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. Is that it? Did we cover everything?
That's it.
All right. For the 2OC, I'm Matt Flores.
Now I'm Anton Duan.
Have a good one, guys.
See ya.